Hello everyone, welcome to another iconic Masters draft. You may have noticed I got a new microphone, so maybe the settings aren't perfect, but hopefully the audio quality is way better than just using my laptop microphone. And if it sounds better, if there's something I could change, let me know. But this should be the setup going forward, and hopefully you like it. Anyway, looking at this pack, we have Mana Drain, which is pretty sweet. Probably what I'll be taking. Not too much else in the pack. There's a Bladewing's Thrall, which is fine. Mnemonic Wall is a good combo with Mana Drain. And Wall of Roots, I guess. But yeah, I'm just gonna Windmill Slam, Mana Drain, follow up with Teferi. Alright, this is the type of deck we're drafting here. I'm passing up on a lot of good green. I saw in the last pack as well. Out of this pack, I'd like to wheel Dissolve. But I guess I'll just keep in mind, I guess, Fall Tongue Invocation, Bubbling Cauldron, and Aerial Predation. But Mana Drain into Teferi is a pretty solid start, I might say. There's a Gutter Snipe. Goes well with Mana Drain. Actually pretty well with Teferi. We could take Thought Scour if we just want to stay in blue. It is an instant. I really kind of want to prioritize. I guess creatures are instants with Teferi. There's also Heat Ray, which is quite good. Goes well in the blue-red spells type deck. So does Gutter Snipe, but Gutter Snipe actually I think is more likely to wheel. And less important if you get a lot of like good spells. Yeah, I think I'm just going to take the Heat Ray and hope to wheel the Gutter Snipe. Yeah, Gutter Snipe is pretty good with Teferi. I will say that. So what are we looking for? We want a Mnemonic Wall. Mnemonic Wall is actually really sweet with Teferi. Played at instant speed, get back Mana Drain, counter thing. Surreal Memoir is nice. Probably Kiln Fiend would go really well in this deck. You can flash it in end of turn and then they'll have no idea what hit them. Although it will be a Kiln Fiend that hit them. But yeah, opponent's taking a while. Let's mess with the. Okay. There's a Dissolve if we want to just have mono counter spells. Which might be worth just cutting blue pretty hard. Salt Formation is quite good. This Copic Guildmage that late is also an interesting sign. Doesn't really go with what we're doing. There's also a Furnace Whelp, but I think probably I'm just going to take Dissolve and cut blue. Because I'm not necessarily sold into red just yet. Wow, okay. Probably just a Growth Chamber. I mean, Flusterstorm is fine. I already have a bunch of counter spells. Ojutai's Breath is likely to wheel, and not really interested in the other things, but fixing is important. Fixing that draws cards is even more important. Especially with the deck hoping to... This deck looks like it's going to want a lot of mana. Wow, Obstinate Baloth, Angelic Accord wheeled? What? I mean, this card's fine, right? It's a 4-mana 4/4 game 4. There's also a Vent Sentinel, though, and we saw one in an earlier pack. So this is actually a pretty tough pick. So we can take green. We've seen a lot of green going around. This is one of the stronger... Actually, it's pretty mediocre. It's a 4-mana 4/4, but it does gain 4 life, so it's okay. So it's a question of... Actually, Angelic Accord this late, too. This is a very weird pack. I haven't seen much white. I think this has the highest upside out of all of them. Oh man. Immediately punished with a bunch of green. I don't think I'm taking any of these cards. Ojutai's Breath is like fine, but I'm not super excited about it. Probably I would just want out of green, Nantuko Shaman. Does draw cards. It's pretty cool with like Dissolve and Mana Drain. It's either that or Nature's Claim, but I'm just gonna take... Actually, Nature's Claim can go well with Angelic Accord. I don't even know. This is a really tough pick. We're just gonna take the Shaman. There's our Sanguine Bond. There's an Iona's Judgment. I mean, that card's pretty good. If we are in white. I'm not super interested in either of these green cards. Windfalls, whatever. It's a late Sanguine Bond, but that makes our mana pretty tough. I think this is, like, Iona's Judgment I'll play and it'll be okay. But seeing this late has to be worth something, right? Wow. It's like every color but blue is open. Here, probably just take a Dirkwood Baloth. That card is very good. Jeez. Probably just gonna take the colorless card because I'm most likely to be able to play that out of all of these. Wow. Crowned Ceratok Wheeling, Pentarch Ward is good, Rotfeaster Maggot is fine. Maybe I just grab a Ceratok here. Wow, another Ceratok? Sure. It's the weirdest draft of all time. I don't really want Flusterstorm. Probably just Bewilder, it cycles for a card. Jolly Offshoot has more of an upside, I guess, against life. We finally got our Ojutai's Breath. Alright, pack 1 was very strange. Probably we're just blue-green. But I honestly, it could go a million different ways. We got an Angelic Accord and a Sanguine Bond. Now we got a Runescarred Demon. And a Doorkeeper, a Kiln Fiend, if we want to be in red. Oh, jeez. Okay, first let's look at how many walls we have, which is 1. So Doorkeeper I'm not going to take very highly. Second, probably not taking a blue card from this pack. So I think it's between another Dirkwood Baloth, Runescarred Demon, Kiln Fiend, and probably a Mannequin, but Mannequin's likely to wheel. So we're playing Runescarred Demon if we want a Sanguine Bond, but given how little black-white we saw, probably just going to be passing that. I think I'm just going to take... So in red, all we have is a Heat Ray. We have a lot of good cards in green, so I think I'm going to take the Dirkwood Baloth. I'm kind of regretting not taking the Obstinate Baloth. Someone may have seen that as a sign and gone into green, so now we're not going to get much green in this pack. But I think Dirkwood Baloth's a very good card, especially if you have a lot of counter spells. You just suspend it early, hold up counter spells, and win the late game. Window of Extract might get in there, might not. And let's see if we can salvage this deck. Corpsejack Menace. Another Crown Ceratok. Probably just taking Undercity Troll at this point. It's just a very, very solid card. 2 mana 2/2 that becomes a 3/3 with Regenerate. It's nothing to scoff at. And maybe we can wheel this Wall of Roots or Sandstone Oracle. Corpsejack Menace is good in green-black. But I think we have a very large incentive to stay mostly blue with Mana Drain and Teferi. It's a lot of blue mana symbols. Not really sold on Bewilder, but it's a card to play at least. I wonder if the mono Dirkwood Baloth deck would be good. Seems like it would be. Suspend on turn 1, suspend on turn 2. Then on like turn 6 you just have a bunch of 5/5s. Oh wow. Teferi destroys suspend cards. Ooh, okay. Jugon, the Rising Star. Distribute 5 +1/+1 counters is insane. Probably just going to take the Bomb Dragon. I like the Rot Farm, Nantuko Shaman. Frost Lynx is pretty cool as Teferi, but we're going for mono hard to cast. Hero's Bane is excellent, really good with double Crowned Ceratok. Maybe we can wheel one. I really need to start taking Wall of Roots or some kind of accelerants, but I I think we're in the right place. Ooh, okay. So Distortion Strike is actually kind of funny with some of the bigger creatures. Less necessary in this style of deck than others. We could go with Phantom Tiger or just Hunt the Weak. Probably just Hunt the Weak. This card is pretty good. And yeah, I don't think we have too much of a need for Distortion Strike. Like, it's still really good. But it doesn't help us win from behind, which is, you know, if we have creatures that Distortion Strike is good with, I think we're going to be winning anyway. So I'd rather get stuff that helps us come back. Okay, so we have Frostlinks or Lead the Stampede. Probably just going to grab the creature before the Enabler. Ooh, wow. A lot of good choices. Amass the Components is insane. Very good card draw. Dustel Worm and Ivy Elemental are great. I love Repeal. Timberland Guide is not horrible. So, okay, I'm going to cut Bewilder, I think. So in this deck, Ivy Elemental is probably just better than Dustel Worm, given how many Crowned Ceratoks we have. We could play it on like 3, on 7. So I think I'm going to grab this. And hope to wheel the worm. Wow, okay. I think we're in the right deck. Might just take another Dirkwood Bailoff, to be honest. It really fills out our curve. Hunting Pack is sweet and all, but we need cheaper spells, and this is a much cheaper spell that we can play. I mean, I like the worm. Repeal is also interesting, but I made a joke about the mono Bailoff deck. Actually, I think this deck needs Mannequin more than it needs another Duskdale Worm. We just need ramp. Mannequin's also pretty cool. It can take a bunch of counters from Jugon. And I think one of these is likely to come around. It seems like nobody is taking them. Whoa, hang on. Corpsejack Menace? How many creatures do we have? We have Hunt the Weak, Hero's Bane, Jugon, and Ivy Elemental. So we can take that and hope to splash it, or we can just take another Crowned Ceratok. That's actually really tough, because this card's insane if we get more counters. Right, it's just double counters. So Undercity's Troll becomes a 4/4. Whew. I think I'm going to take good mana, though. We have a lot of... Well, like, Teferi's a bunch of blue. Mana Drain's double blue. It's possible that we should have abandoned blue and just gone into green-black, but here I think I'm going to take Nantuko Shaman. Wow. Well, that's a lot of Ceratoks. Probably in case we need another creature, we can play Rune Servitors. I hope to not play them, but why? I have 2 drops in this slot. Why did they end up over here? Okay. This deck seems great so far. Given the shaky start, I don't know how many Crowned Ceratoks is too many, but it is a 4-mana 4/3 trample. And at this point, we'll pick up as many Hero's Bane and Ivy Elementals as we can. Dirkwood Bailoff is a 6-mana 5/5 on its own. It's not terrible. Genesis Wave. Wow. Do I want that in this deck? I don't actually have a way to generate a ton of mana. Right, I have Mannequin. Genesis Wave is good with Mana Drain. But honestly, that might just be overkill, because a lot of my Dirkwood Bailoffs cost 6. I could just be better off taking Jungle Barrier or Amass the Components. The downside is both of those cost 4. Jungle Barrier is pretty sweet. It's a 2/6 defender. Because I don't want to take Timberland Guide, because it's likely to come around. And Amass is good, but I have so many 4s. Maybe I'll cut 1. And I think at this point, Lead the Stampede is very similar to Amass the Components in terms of quality. So maybe I do just take a Genesis Wave as like a speculative pick. If I pick up enough mana, this card could be very good. It's either that or Jungle Barrier. No, I'm gonna... Yeah, I already have a lot of top end. Search for Tomorrow? Okay. That's exactly what this deck wants. That's a lot of Jace's Phantasms. Maybe we can wheel a Dustdale Worm. This costs 1. Wow, this pack... Well, actually, we have an interesting choice. We have Illusionary Ambusher and a Gruul Turf. Mannequin's likely to come around. So the Ambusher is pretty good in drawing us cards. Probably just the pick. It's a good combo with Teferi because then it gets Flash. So that's pretty nice. It's a joke, obviously. Yeah, I'm just gonna take this card. As much as I love bounce lands, ooh. Okay, Mana Leak would be good in this deck. Probably better than Mannequin. Not playing this. Yeah, because I have so many suspend cards that, you know, you suspend it and then you can save mana later for counter spells. I don't know why they keep going into that pile. So there's a Wall of Roots or a Frostlinks. You know, the more I play, or the more cards I see, the more I realize I probably should have just taken the Genesis Wave. It would have just been the fun pick. Here I think I'm just going to take Wall of Roots, get some more mana going. There's a Frostlinks to tap down their guys. Is that better than a Guardian Idol? So I have 1, 2, 3 mana ramp sources right now. Yeah, I kind of like Frostlinks. Ivy Elemental I think has to be the pick. It's a good use of all of our mana and it's just going to be a huge trampler. I love Mind Stone and I would love to take it and replace Mannequin, but I think this deck is too vital for, or this card's too vital for our deck. Here we can take Lead the Stampede, which is just like a draw 3 in this deck. I think Jungle Barrier should have Flash. That'd be so sweet. Ooh, Mana Drain with all these Ivy Elementals is pretty fun. What? This card wheeled? I mean, now I'll take it for sure. I'm not really excited about Timberland Guide. Jeez. You know, Master Components is a very strong card. I mean, this deck seems really solid. Frostlinks to tap on their guys, Shamans to draw cards. Maybe I don't even want to hunt the week. Yeah, we need to start cutting cards. There's our worm. I'm not going to play Assault Formation. Actually, wait. Creatures you control get +1/+1. So I have... Wall of Roots is huge, Jungle Barrier is huge. I think probably just taking the worm is better though. So another Frostlinks, if we need even more. So we have 28 playables right now. Phantom Tiger, I guess. I'm not necessarily not playing that card. I'm just putting it over there so I can clear my mind. The card seems alright. Okay, so I definitely want at least these fatties. Dustdale Worm seems pretty good too, I'm just not sure. Hero's Bane seems good. Honestly, I can probably even cut a Crowned Ceratok. Oh, I need lands. Sort by CMC. Need a 1-drop. Sort by CMC. So this goes here. All of you guys go here. I take that out. Okay. I'll keep the Growth Chamber there. So cards I'm fine with. I like Mana Drain with all my fatties. Mana Leak is good. I don't think I need this many Frostlinkses. Maybe I just cut them all and I put it in against a deck that's really trying to beat me down. So this is 24 lands. I only have 2 Ceratoks. Fairy, Illusory Ambusher, some big end or top end. So we could put in way more Crowned Ceratox and a Hunt the Weak. Cards we can take out. Mannequin, but I think that card's pretty good, especially with Amass and Lead the Stampede. Ivy Elementals, Jungle Barrier. Honestly, maybe I don't need a Dissolve. It's kind of hard to cast and expensive. And just, I think Mana Drain, Mana Leak fits the 2 mana slot pretty well. And then we can put in one more Ceratox. I think I like that. Dissolve's pretty reactive and it's just worse than Mana Drain in this deck because we're going to use all the mana. The question is 16 lands enough? Or do we need 17? So we have, I think 16 is fine. With the Growth Chamber, access 2, Search for Tomorrow, Mannequin, and Wall of Roots. Yeah, I think we're going to run the deck like this. You know, as crazy as it is, maybe this blue is just too much to cast. Huh. Because triple blue is a lot. And we want green on turn 1 pretty reliably for Darkwood Baloths. That being said, Teferi being able to flash in like a Hero's Bane or an Ivy Elemental is really good. I think it's worth making my mana a bit worse. So we're definitely going to disregard that. So we're playing 16 lands. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 green. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 blue. Because we kind of reliably want Mana Drain on 2. Yeah, I guess that's okay. I mean, most of my green is single green. That might be too greedy. One thing I'm admittedly not so great at is figuring out mana base. I can sort by color. Because it's really hard to decide right now because for blue we want triple blue on turn 5 pretty reliably. But we also want single green on turn 1. Which makes it pretty hard. Sort by CMC. So maybe Mannequin's actually just not very good because of how much colored mana sources we need, and we just cut Mannequin for a land. I don't mind doing that. Because we just need to hit the colored mana sources more than anything. Yeah, that seems okay to me. We're going to run 17 lands because we have a lot of ways to use the mana and amass the components, Lead the Stampede, Illusory Ambusher to get back some value. Okay, see you guys round 1.